This is a concerned citizen pulling up to First Ward Park in Charlotte, North Carolina at the No Kings protest. Today we're going to be finding out if what the media is telling us is true. Are there really violent protesters going out here burning cars, doing all these things? Are they mainly violent or are they mainly peaceful? Let's find out together. Your Highness. Hello. Can I interview you? Why are you all here today?
Yeah, we just don't like the path of our president and our country.
I'm out here today because I want to be a photojournalist. I've been taking photos. I also really care about these issues, and I think that if I'm being a bitch, like, just that much to say.
There's an attack against immigrants, and our dignity is being questioned as human beings. And I think that our dignity and our worth is not connected to our immigration status or our paperwork.
I'm seeing what's happening in the country, how we're turning into authoritarians, getting rid of rule of law, all the things that are happening with immigration. It's just not right. This is not America.
We need to fight back against the Trump administration's war on immigrants, the pivot to global destruction, and the slashing of vital public programs.
I think this is a beautiful thing, and this is what this country is about.
I am really worried about our democracy. I don't like how Donald Trump seems to think he's above the law and above our checks and balances, and I want to make sure that we protect future elections.
I'm standing up for my neighbors and my coworkers and my loved ones.
I'm out here because we have fascism in the United States. This is insurrection, truly. We got motherfuckers in the office trying to kill people, kidnap families, tear people apart, and we can't stand for it.
Who's responsible for that?
Donald Trump, Israel. I don't even believe Donald Trump is probably the main culprit. There's a cabal of people behind it, tech billionaires that have been trying to destroy our country and make us feudal, effectively go back to feudalism.
Plenty of that to pass around, but our president doesn't set a very good example for the rest of the country.
Well, at the core of the problem, it's capitalism. It's a system where people are subject to the decisions of billionaires. We know that the working class produces everything we need to run society. We keep the lights on, we run buses, we build infrastructure, we keep everything maintained. And the biggest role of who plays that role are immigrants. Immigrants play a vital role in keeping our society moving and going and keeping it such an enriching place to live in, like an enriching country to live in. And we know that the billionaires, they don't do anything. Not only do they not do anything, they actively hurt us.
For Jonathan Welch, or deny that Jesus Christ is the Son of God.
Who is Jonathan Welch?
I don't know. He's coming to save us.
I went to Christ Covenant Church this past Sunday, and I asked the pastor to sign over all of his possessions to me or deny Christ, and he denied Christ. He would not sign over his possessions.
He denied him. Can you tell me about your outfit? Can you tell me about your outfit?
Child of colonizers.
What does that mean?
White people are child of colonizers. Yep.
What is a colonizer to you?
Colonizer, it's the people that came here in the beginning and stole the land from the people that had this land in the first place.
And how does Jesus Christ tie into all of this?
This is a nation under God. We have to confront Christianity. If this is a nation under God, there are 12 churches within a half-mile block of my home in Matthews. Every cop in Matthews is at church on Sunday. Where's the separation of church and state? All the cops take our fucking research. Those same cops killed Jesus Christ.
So you were just waving a Mexican flag, yes?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people, for some reason, seem to have problems with people bringing other countries' flags to these protests. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, America's always been known as the melting pot, and it's welcoming a bunch of cultures, a bunch of different people from many places. So the fact that, some people have issues with waving other flags, I feel like we should all be welcoming. And as long as we're not disrespecting each other, you look around here, there's plenty of different flags here, but we're all united, and that's all based off of love, and it's cool.
I'm tired as fuck. I just ran real far, and my friends told me not to run because it looks like I could scare people. So I'm not going to run. And I get it. I can't say I wasn't defensive at first, but here we are. We're doing great. We've interviewed so many great people. We've only seen a sense of solidarity and love between those who have been here. No violence. That's a report from First Ward so far. Can I ask you a couple questions? No? Could you let me know how you were briefed on today? Did they tell you like what you'd be expecting or anything like that? The answer to that is no, he cannot tell me. What do you want to see come out of these protests?
That resistance in Congress to unconstitutional actions will be increased.
I feel hopeful that maybe in the midterms we can change things and Donald Trump will face pushback from the Democratic Party, but that's if they win, if people come out and turn out to vote.
I hope that people are inspired at least to vote for the voices of people who are less privileged than us in the next election. I'm hoping, ideally, it will lead to the impeachment of Donald Trump. That is what I would love the most. And that he starts playing by the rules.
Well, to be honest with you, knowing the president, I really don't think it's going to affect anything. He's not paying this any attention.
I would like to see people who have different ideas talking a bit more instead of just yelling at each other. Um, just a little bit more peace. I feel like there is a lot of anger. And I mean, I understand why people are angry, but I don't think that discourse in anger is something that's effective for change.
I would like to see a really intentional pushback against Donald Trump. Honestly, I would like to see him out of office. And I would like to see some real reform towards the education system, the immigration system. We have a lot to work on, and I would like to see some real change because we were already going to have to march under Kamala Harris, too. I think everyone forgot about that. Like, oh, if we just voted her in. No, everything was already a mess. So I would like to see us at least begin to be able to start having that conversation because right now we're just fighting for the crumbs we already had, you know?
If anything, I would say making the process of legal citizenship a lot easier and a lot faster.
There are ICE agents awaiting people who are attending their hearings. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, so it's very messed up. They get mad because they say, well, why don't they take the right process into getting citizenship? But they cancel the court, the hearings, and ICE is waiting outside for these people who are doing what they're supposed to be doing and to getting the right process to getting citizenship. So at the end of the day, the system is corrupt from the top. And until that changes, we're gonna keep having these kinds of protests around the United States.
What has been your overall vibe that you've gotten since being out here with everyone?
Well, for me, I can just tell you that seeing people with signs saying like immigrants are welcome here, there are no illegal people, it just gives me a sense of camaraderie, that this fight is not just mine, and that those things that matter to us like cross like our own labels, right? Like I am a defender of LGBTQ rights, even though I'm not a part of that community. But I want to show up my support and say, I'm here. Your fight is my fight. And so when you see, particularly a bunch of American white people with signs that say like all immigrants are welcome, you just want to sit and cry because the media is so isolating and it makes you feel like you're not wanted, that you're a pariah. But then when you come out and there's thousands of people saying that you are welcome, it just does something to you. So whether we accomplish something or not, I think from a human point of view, something has been accomplished, which is you're fighting isolation and you're reminding us that it's all of our fight. And I think it's worth the time and the effort.